Hey there! Welcome, welcome, welcome to Gaming4Justice. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not as late as I thought I was going to be. I'm having a bit of a day. This is pretty much the first day in a month that I have felt like almost totally fine. So, that means that I had to get started on my to-do list, which was set aside. Well, the to-do list wasn't set aside. It was just that, like, I moved getting well to the top of my list. So this is Gaming4Justice. We're live on twitch.tv/callingupjustice. We are live on YouTube at Claudia Alick Calling Up Justice. I don't think the @ is there, but it's Claudia Alick Calling Up Justice on YouTube. And that's where we are. We might also be live on the Tickum Talks somewhere. So I will try to not say anything bad that might get TikTok in trouble, because like I've done it before is all I'm saying, and it's not because I'm saying bad things, it's because it's just what happens. So I was trying to figure out what game I wanted to play, and it turns out, because I started using or taking advantage of the Amazon Prime gaming thing, where they give you free, like a bunch of free games every month. So like I have a ton of games in my library that I added, but like I don't know what to play. Like the kind of game that's gonna fit the mood, you know? Oh, there's one list of games. So I might have to like download something and install it before we play it. You know, I have these this game, and I got it's called BioShock 2 Remastered, and I have it because it was on the list, and I just remember like a long time ago that people really liked that game. But looks like a first person. Yeah, it's a first person kind of game, and those games make my brain hurt. So I did get a game that was called the Smurfs 2, The Prisoner of the Green Stone. And it looks like I could use my controller with it. And I have to like be a Smurf and hop around. It says, with your crack team and the help of the Smurfo mix, liberate the village of Smurfs with the grip of the Greenstone. It's a role-playing adventure platform shooter. Ugh. I don't like shooters. And platformers, I'm not great at. It's a bummer. I like the Smurfs. You know, I like the Smurfs. There's some Tomb Raider. I've got a couple of Tomb Raiders. I've got Tomb Raider Anniversary. Let's see, what's the other Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's a really cool looking game. It's hard. I guess we could try that. We'll try, hold on. So we'll try Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but we are gonna use mods for it. because it's really hard for me, and I'm a story person. I love the stories. So it's called Shadow. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing? Let's have you see what I'm doing. Where's the right one? Games. Okay. So let's just change. That's not it. Okay, captions. Okay, let's just change this to the Wii mod, so you can see what it looks like. This is a free download. Like, if you have the Pro, you can do like a whole bunch of cool stuff on it, but like that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that helps me like get through the story. Yeah. That should work then. So we'll do that. This has all sorts of stuff. I don't necessarily use everything. Like, there's things like one-hit kills that are boring. Like, if it's a one-hit kill, then I don't want it to be that easy, but I do need it to not be too hard. Let's say boop. I wonder what this is. Sorry. Oh, there it is. There's this thing in the background. It was bugging me. Hi. I got my ginger ale. You know, I was in Ireland this past summer, and one of the biggest issues that I really had was, we're gonna have to play something else while this is doing its thing, because I'm gonna get bored real fast. Okay. Sorry about that. So let me just look at my standbys for now, my favorites, because we might be here for a while, and that's okay. Let's check out. I haven't played this for a while, and there was a huge upgrade to this game. It's called Slay the Princess. And I love me some Slay the Princess. But there was a big upgrade. It's now Slay the Princess, the pristine cut. So it has like all the little extras, and I'm very excited. Where are you? Where did it go? Do I have too many? Am I running too many programs? Hello? So many. It's not doing anything. Ah, here it is. Okay. Let's... Oh, I don't even know what this were. Oh, those are me getting the achievements. Okay, let's find it. I do love this game. Okay, it's gonna be big. Gotta move it around. Okay. And here is content warning. It says this is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website if you need a list of specific content warnings. If anybody wants me to do that, let me know in the chat that you want me to look up the specific content warnings, and I will do that. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. Oh, I know what it means. I'll show you what that parallax effect. But that sounds sci-fi. Like, it sounds very sci-fi, right? If either of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. It's one of the things I like about the game. All right. Just making sure my mic works. Okay. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Yeah.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
So, if you look at me moving the mouse, and do you see how it the screen kind of moves with that? I think that's what that parallax effect is. I will stop doing it. But it is there, and yeah, let me know. I had to move this close. Parallax, thank you. Okay. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I mean, I like this. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
There's tons of stuff we can say. We could say, hey, sweet, I've always wanted a monarch. Or, okay, I'm sold. Or we can just stop talking. Or we can turn around and leave. What do you all think? I do want to say I have played this through a lot of times, and I've done a lot of different ends on it, so I would like to hear what you want. So we can keep going to the cabin. I don't think that there's much point in... I mean, we can say every little thing that there is. Look, I'll go to the cabin. I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad, like, we can say things like that. But, like... or we can say, yay, yeah, let's do it. I mean, let's slay this princess, right? What do you think? Anyone? I'll give us a minute. Good evening. Do you have any opinions? I have a Funkink Studio. I like that. Funink Studio. Okay, I'm gonna silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay. Oh, whoops. 37. 3. Oh, 3. I'm sorry. I think I lost a very good connection to this chat. Anyway.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe... We're not going to go through with this, right?
Who's
She's
that?
a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. That hero is our inner voice.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
You know what? I'm doing way too much right now.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's gonna ruin my stream. I just realized. So, I guess we're gonna do this thing. Hopefully, this will make my signal a little better. I hope that will help things. We're just gonna do it.
You take the blade from the table.
Ooh, look, it's in my hand.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Claudia, the game is called Slay the Princess, so let's just see what's happening.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Maybe we should save her. We'll see what's happening. Should we talk to her? I'm just gonna say, just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Okay, let's go.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the farm.
She's so
sorry.
coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Well, that was what my plan was. I was gonna do that. Should we talk to her? Like, it's a tough choice. You haven't decided yet, but we have to decide now. Do we talk? Do we just do it? I'm just gonna do it.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Just, I'll let you know when to close your eyes.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
What?
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Uh-oh.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I don't think I'm gonna do
She's
that.
armed.
I don't
If you
think I'm gonna
hesitate
do
now,
it.
It'll be too late.
Yeah.
End this.
We're gonna just do it. Okay. If you're squeamish, cover up your eyes now.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily
Keep
give
'em
way
closed.
and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Keep them
Oh.
closed.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
What?
It's like she's convinced she can't
Okay.
die.
You can watch, I guess, open your eyes. Now, it is kind of gross, but, like,
Yes.
it's just a drawing.
Even as she lays there
It's
dying,
just
she
a
entirely believes herself
a body.
to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
it's done.
It's over.
Yeah. Let's just go.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
What?
Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
He's so rude.
Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Unbelievable.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Okay, that's bullshit. Let me out of here. Oh, okay. Or I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. I'm gonna say that's bullshit.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
I don't
Time
like
passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Just want to shout out a quick reminder that this is a horror game, so there will be some elements here that aren't awesome.
Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
But we're gonna play the game. Let's play this. Of course we are. I like it here. Or didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
What's the difference, man? No, we're happy. I'm sure
Really?
of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
We won! Good evening. Good ending. That's the princess, and that's her. That's where we got her. You did it. You saved everyone. See? We did it. We played the game. But that's not the whole game. That is not the whole game. That's the game if you play it as it was, as it is, if you play it exactly that way. Where is this? Turn to the main end. So now we're gonna try it again. It is sort of funny. It's also not
You're
funny.
on a path
eventually.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we've already had this conversation. We do not have to have any of this conversation stuff. We can say other things, but I think that maybe we should leave and not cooperate at all. What say you? What say you, TikTok? What say you, YouTube? What say you, Twitch? Shall we? Because the thing is that, like, I don't trust this narrator. This is the exact
Seriously?
narrator.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, I don't care. He says, okay, fine, lie. No, I'm going to say nope. Or the only thing that matters is that I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. And so that is.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
I agree.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I disagree.
That's strange.
What?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't
Yes,
you?
yes.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not killing. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this, or quietly continue down the path. I'm gonna say you're not emotionally blackmailing me into
Stakes
this.
and consequences aren't emotional blackmail.
Uh-huh.
They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
That sounds like gaslighting.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Uh-huh. Then what?
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I don't like it. I don't like it. There's no fighting, that's fine. Or, oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's
Bam!
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
You're telling me to kill someone. Sorry.
And here we go. As you trudge into the
Ooh,
woods,
do you
something
hear-
strange starts to happen.
Do you hear the sound?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your
Oh,
eyes.
look! The cabin is up in
Glimpses
the
of
corner.
Familiar wooden
Look at the
structures
cabin
through the
right there.
leaves.
Okay.
As you
Whoa!
focus on
Look
your
at all the
surroundings, you
cabins.
start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
It's the
An
same
infinite fractal
cabin.
of paths and cabins.
Look at all the
desperately
cabins.
trying to
They're just
draw you
showing
back
up
to
in the
where you
background.
want to be.
They're just like melting. You can you like don't notice it, and then they show up.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
Yes.
It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility.
Yes.
Because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Kind of.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
So it continues. It continues, y'all.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Huh. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here. Oh my god, there's walls! I didn't notice the walls. Did you see them? Right there? It says those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. And yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin or silent proceeding. Wow, you all. It's fun, isn't it? Let's see. Do we... Oh, you bastard, you're in for it. Now I'm wise to your tricks. But it doesn't look like I can't go back because there's a wall there. It's preventing me from making that choice. So we gotta go now. Uh-oh. I have too many highlights. We have too many highlights on our Twitch. Gonna have to look into that. Okay. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. I've decided. Like, if you think that I should do anything else, you let me know. Like, shout it out to me and stuff. Okay. She actually ended the world. What the hell is she? I'm gonna say, oh, you bastard, you're in You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Cool, dude.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Oop.
He's like a captive audience.
We got another voice in our heads. That's always fun, isn't it? To get a new voice?
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
I mean, word.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
I'm gonna say those walls.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it.
No, it
If there
doesn't.
weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
What does that even mean? Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, a warning?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Okay.
Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Alright. Now, Claudia.
Cabin
Oh!
interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An
at
inch
that.
here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to
Ugh.
make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its
Oh.
material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts
Right.
and guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
So, we're gonna go with Claudia. You don't wanna kill the princess. Or slay the princess. We don't want to slay the princess. So, I am not. First off, let's talk about the mirror.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Oh.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Also, I want to be, there's might have been something that nobody noticed as far
We
as
shouldn't waste time preening. If he is
What-
lying about the mirror,
what
it
we
might be
look like.
important.
as this main character, what we look like.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
Earlier, when
Why would I
we-
lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
So earlier when we slayed the princess, we were like, it was like a bird talon with feathers on the arm. So I just want to be clear that us as the character are not. Wait, you want us to slay the prince? Okay,
So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
I think you're right.
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our... It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make it...
Oops, sorry. Just make a choice. I'm gonna hold the blade the other way. This is new
Switch
for
your
me.
grip on the blade. Congratulations.
So now we're holding it like stab, 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 stab.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, fine.
I think I'm
You're right.
I think I'm a
This does
natural
look a lot better.
contrarian because I like what this contrarian has to say.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
All right, fine. Y'all, Claudia, wait. It says throw the blade out the window. I want to say, this is not an option that I've done before. Like, I haven't actually done this. So, should I just throw it out the window? I'm gonna do it!
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night.
Look, it broke two
I
windows.
suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
Do you see how it broke two windows and not just one window? I wonder which window we threw it out of.
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
You're right, you're
I'm
right.
not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Calm down.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Let's just go.
The door to the basement creaks
Woo!
open,
This
revealing
doesn't
a
look
web of branching
right.
staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the air
Oops,
here
sorry.
has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Ugh.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't know. This seems pretty maybe serious.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Yep, probably.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Nah.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Ha 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 ha! Alright, the harsh on the left, the center staircase, or the soft stairs to the right. Huh. I think I'm gonna go harshly to the left. Just like my politics!
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
The air around you grows cold the further you progress.
Maybe I should have shown
drop,
comfort.
Quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice. Your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor.
Ooh, that's winter in Montana.
You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
What's happening? Uh-oh.
Time disappears.
Look.
You can feel yourself begin to untether.
Look at the change of the... It looks like a crow now.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
And the art is getting
The only things
more and more
experienced
simple.
are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal. Skepticism and blind devotion. Rivalry and submission. Terror and longing. Pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What? I'm watching you a little bit, Claudia. I want to see what your reaction is to this. So we're just going to sit here for a second. I know, right? What
the hell was that? What happened to us?
That was a weird trip down the stairs.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Yep, agreed.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Look at her eyes. They're so pretty and anime.
Why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Oops.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was here. And that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
I'm so sorry. That's so embarrassing.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
She looks different than the other princess during the first round that we played.
I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though. They're so sharp.
Do you see how they're just sort of... They look like they're staring right at you, man. Oof.
It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh!
Sometimes I get lost here, too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Oh.
And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. but I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay, so there's more of you now. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? And then, for all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting you out of here. So do we try? Do we actually try and free her now? I mean, I don't... There's more than one of her, which is weird. Which one are we trying to free? I'm gonna... Oh, there's more. I'm getting you out of here. Try to free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement, and then regretfully think about that time you threw the blade out the window. Consequences. I'm gonna say... I don't regret it. I'm gonna ask what her name is. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Cool.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Okay, cool. Do I leave her, or do I try? It looks like eventually... Oh my gosh, it's 3 different things, you all. If I will try and free her, leave her in the basement, and regretfully think about that time I threw the blade. It's all 3 of those, or separate ones. I'm gonna say getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Don't be rude.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too.
Now there's another
It's
princess.
so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not
And I'm not alone either. Blech. Okay, now we got 3 princesses. I'm gonna do... I don't know if there's any point in asking. I will say there's more of you now.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
No.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Okay, now there's 4.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
With what, dude? I threw the knife out the window.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
I think we just need to do everything
Wait,
now.
that's not right. Go on.
Ooh, she
Foot
looks
lands,
mean.
But it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Uh-oh.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
That's
Luckily
real.
for all,
That's
nothing
real.
and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Oh. I'll do my best. Oh! They're gone. Oh, they're gone. Oh dear. Okay. This is the fun part. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone. Replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? What are we supposed to do now?
I think I'm supposed to look in the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. We're just gonna go to the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
No. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
Okay. You approach the mirror. That's our hand. Look at it. That's what our hand looks like. Because some sort of bird. We are some sort of bird type creature. It's... yeah, I just think it's really fun. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. We're proceeding to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What are we? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I'm a person. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Okay.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Not really. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me, or I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world? If I help you, is that what we're going to do? And okay, make me forget. I'm just gonna go, okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Oh, I will. That was a lot.
You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. What happened? Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So she wants more perspectives.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We don't have to do this. Let's just go. Let's just go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
It wants us to do...
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little playthrough series of choices.
The interior of the cabin is almost
We'll see what we
entirely
can get
bare.
out of her.
The air is stale and musty.
That I remember.
And the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Look at the stars change. Like, sort of like you're moving your head.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade or just enter the basement. I think we should just enter the basement. We're not taking the blade with us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the prince, her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Ooh, that's so romantic. So, when you give her different stimulus, she reacts differently. When you come down into the basement with no weapons, she's not suspicious of you. Why would she be?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you!
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Nah, I'm here
Come
to
downstairs.
save
I want to see the face of my rescuer.
you. Yay!
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'm gonna say, I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
And?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Okay.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let's see. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Maybe, or I'm going to check upstairs, maybe there's a key lying around. And if there's not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You
Thanks.
attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your
Hey,
shouts and pleas
let
are
me
met
outta here.
with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd... Easier for who?
Oops. If I had taken the blade, like I was told to.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
All right, this is going to be gross. Don't look if you don't like gross things.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Okay, so now it's just the blade, but it's going to change back again.
You won't
so
like what happens
keep
if you
it covered.
do that.
We're going to save the princess, because that's what you wanted to do the whole time, Claudia. Back to gross stuff in 3, 2, 1.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She
Okay,
smiles
it's fine now.
softly as her gaze meets yours,
Sister
blood from
arm.
her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after
She's
everything?
happy.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
She's free. Leave her alone.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Leave her alone. Not everyone emotes the same way as everyone. Let's go and approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
How dare you, narrator? You ain't
As the
nothing.
princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Uh-oh.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Okay, now, we're not going to do it. I can slay her. I have all these choices to just slay her, or right here I can warn her. And I'm going to do that.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But the princess dodges,
Good.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Okay, slay, 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 slay. Resist!
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Okay,
We both know this isn't you.
get ready.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands.
And
What are you doing?
you should probably cover it up now. Yeah, now.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic
It's not really
gesture.
gross right now.
The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm
She doesn't know how to use
I'm
it.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The prince can't
Oops,
just
sorry.
end like this,
Sorry.
right? Oh, that's rich
Oh,
coming
look, she's
from you.
crying. Look at her
As
big
much as I
sad
prefer for
eyes.
things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
She's really bad at it. That's such a bummer.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Nah. We're just gonna go. Let's just go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Voice of the smitten.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Alright, let's see what's up.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, we're just gonna go into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
Only love here.
The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the
Ooh,
stairs
she's
and
so
lock eyes
pretty.
with the princess.
Her dress
There's a
is
heavy chain
really
around her
nice.
wrist, binding her to the far wall.
There's like a little window behind her, and she's got like a pretty crown, and her dress is all like Disney princessy. It's very nice.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Yep.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us.
only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
I kind of agree.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I'm gonna say... I didn't bring the knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I'm gonna say, I'm so sorry about last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
I think it's good to be accountable.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Let's save her.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Well.
You wouldn't. I would.
He would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Look how pretty she is. And her lizard arms are cool, too.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
This is like the only game that is in first person that I really like.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, uh-oh. She sounded weird.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
you and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar move.
Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I think I'm gonna.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I'm gonna say, I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing
You're
that.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
He knows why.
I hate you.
Good.
You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Except with these interruptions, I already made up my mind. We're leaving.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Ooh, look at the edges. Look at the edges.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it! What should we do now?
Look at the edges.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
No.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yep. Bye. That's another perspective. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. You're going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. Or I'll see you on the other side is going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so.
I mean, I'm lying.
We'll trust you.
Yeah, I'm lying.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
That's true. You approach the mirror. Gaze. Silence. As you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. So the first time it said, it's you, and now it says, you've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her. So she's different.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
I'm gonna save here. Right there. And then that's that, because it is 5:37. And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And I had a good time. It's a really weird game, and it's got a cool ending, so maybe we'll play this again soon. That's it. Let me play the music so I can say the things. Hold on. Play the music. And I'm going to say the things. Thank you so much for joining us. Gaming4Justice is a Calling of Justice production. Special thanks to executive producer Claudia Alick. For more information on Calling of Justice and Claudia Alick, check out the link in the chat. That's linktree/Calling of Justice. If you want to get involved with the Calling of Justice community, check out this link in the chat. That's from our website. And also special thanks to me, your host, Maiamama. Check out my link in the chat. That's linktree/Maiamama. That was so fun. I had a really good time. And now I need to take a nap or go to bed. I don't know. Anyway, I love you. Bye-bye.